you know, in that fast-paced action. So I'll give a little bit more on that in these next couple rounds, as you know, whatever happened in the past is not relevant. We're going to have these two great teams just duke it out really shortly. So you guys do the intro, and I'll give you some input after some of these rounds, all right?
Boom.
So that means that this is going to be the semifinals of the losers bracket. This is the second game, so Dignitas going up here against Blue. BeyondGaming, 3 versus 3, $5,000 grand championship. We do have Team Oars waiting there in the grand finals. SK Gaming waiting to take on whoever in the, you know, the overall big finals there of the losers. And, you know, a lot of big talent coming out here. We got 3,000 people here on the stream, in the chat, keeping everyone busy as BeyondGaming throwing one of the best BLC tournaments to date. So big thanks to Justin TV, QPad, Thermaltake, Stunlock Studios, the BeyondGaming crew, you know, Crippler doing your camera here. We got BeyondGaming Tony in the chat throwing out some free starter kits and everything. And, you know, big thanks to everyone here watching, you know, FourCourtJester, Semmler, and Kast, bringing this to you live as we're about to get this run rolling here, Sems.
Sorry, I had my mic on mute as I'm coughing my lungs out. But, dude, yeah, it doesn't get any better. I keep saying that, and it just keeps getting better. Dude, like, what's going on here?
Can't get any better, gets better. Can't get any better, gets better.
You know, but you can't ask for anything better than that. A little better. You know, it's like, how many times am I going to say better? Because can't get more hype than this. It's so good. This is the highest level kind of play that we can expect to see out of any player in Bloodlines. And Wisteria, you know, because I'm saying better, is giving me the arm. So I'm going to shut up about that, and we're going to get into these games as Blue versus Dignitas. You have to see, you know, can Malachor handle the rush down pressure from Zetalot and Bliss? But this is their strategy. They get on the healer and they ruin his day. So Malachor is going to have to deal with this kind of pressure. As Scriff and Wisteria, they can provide the support, they can provide the heals, but are they going to be able to back it up with the damage? We're going to see that in a minute here, ladies and gents, as the game has started. It is underway. Zetalot spaces in. Great puncturing strike from him. Going to go ahead, get that in cap off on 2 targets. Forces the space out of Malachor, and it looks like they might be changing it up a little bit as Bliss is going toe-to-toe with Scriff right now, forcing him to get the heals out. We already have a conflag going out from Wisteria, and Varlol is in dire straits right now. Barrier comes out in the nick of time, but this is not looking good for him as he is so low. Battle shout, great battle shout by Scriff. Gonna get that extra heal out onto Wisteria, but is it gonna be enough? Wisteria able to space away in the nick of time, but Malachor left in the open. Bliss and Zetalot able to get the kill on him, and this is not looking good for Team Dignitas in this first round. Another conflag comes out from Wisteria, gets that counter kill, but Scriff is so low at this. Damn, Scriff is so low at this point. Excuse me, it's just not enough. 1-0 started it off, Team Blue.
Well, if you do recall, BeyondGaming Cup qualifier number 4, this was the finals matchup.
FourCourt, you need to invite Crippler in here. I do not have him on my friends list, and
not even in here?
Nothing being streamed. Yeah, that's all you, buddy. I don't have him, so that's your job. Get him on in.
Invited. Alright, I got the fraps rolling. Okay, he's in here. He's going to load that up.
So much fail.
I hope you guys enjoyed that radio cast. It was fun times for us, definitely here in the observers bracket. But Blue versus Dignitas, this is the finals matchup of BeyondGaming Cup qualifier number 4. And at that point, we had Wisteria on that inhibitor. And now he's on that pyro, and even the double shields that they were able to throw out onto, you know, Malachor just did not work at all. If you Scriff pulling with the taunt, wasn't able to be enough, and neither was that shield from the inhibitor. So I'm very surprised, you know, they're doing as well as they are up against Blue right now. I'm hoping that Crippler's now in the game, as I'm just throwing this one away. And but you know,
Crip is in.
But Kast, what do you see here? I mean, this new comp with Wisteria on the Igniter.
All right, well, there's a very interesting thing. I mean, Igniter, yeah, he can put out a lot more damage. And is Wisteria necessarily the best and most practiced with Igniter? Probably not. But, you know, you do have the lockdown.
The epicness of Scriff just point blank arrow charging Barlol.
Oh, yeah.
People have eyes.
It's all good. It's all good. But, I mean, they're going for a little bit more damage. And, yeah, with the lockdown, that's excellent. Also, Igniter has, well, I guess without using an EX, he has a little bit more mobility. In terms of, like, yeah, he just only has Searing Displacement, but he also has like the crippling fire, so he can like knock opponents away and things like that. But one thing I want to mention about the Worm team and their gameplay is that they don't just tunnel. They don't tunnel Varlol. They like do damage to him, get him around a corner or something like that, and then like come support Malachor. So that's just one thing to note for you newer players, is like you don't have to tunnel to be good. Like Team Dignitas is just showing that right now. But you guys get back onto the action.
Semmler, by all means.
Yeah, Zeta just getting worked down right now. Bliss and Zeta both sitting pretty, but a great EX puncturing strike comes out, saves Zeta a lot from getting roasted. Bliss is sitting on a full ultimate bar though, and will he be able to get it off in time? That's what we're wondering right now, as he is just so low, and yeah, whatever. Script just gonna clean house. Zetalight all alone, locked in the corner, feeling lonely, gonna space in there. There you go. He's with his friends now, not just get roasted. And yeah, dude. We're seeing like Kast is saying, dude, spreading the damage out, not just tunneling one bloodline at all costs. They're spreading it out. They're taking advantage of positioning errors, of ability errors, of anything, any kind of opening that they see. They're gonna capitalize on that mistake and make you pay. As we saw, Bliss and Zeta, they're taking those risks to get that damage out onto Malachor, to get that damage out onto their chosen target. And in the meantime, Scriff and Malachor, Scriff and whoever are just going to town and laying the herd out. So we're gonna have to see, what can Team Blue do to change this up, as right now they're just going to town on Wisteria, but Wisteria sitting pretty with the Living Flame. He is sitting on a full ultimate, and he has a perfect opportunity there. Beautiful job. Bliss and Zeta taking a lot of damage, and Scriff getting Black Daggered, but we have the pull going in. Zeta has his ultimate, and there it is. He's on the hunt. We have the wall coming out from Bliss, but this is when they need to make something happen here. They need to get the kill right now, as Zetalot and Bliss are pretty low. He is landing quite a bit of damage, but that is not what they wanted to see right now, as Zetalot gets locked down. Ooh, the Volcano was about to nail him, but that's not enough. There we go. Wisteria cleaning the house right now, disinfecting everything with his loving flames, as Bliss caught in a quarter, not going to be able to come out on top at all. Really, what happened there was just, I mean, they're really counting on getting the Goo, Dead Roots and Dark Hunt off their ultimates, their respective ultimates. They're counting on getting as much damage as possible out and hopefully getting a kill at that point. They need to make a kill happen there. And Team Dignitas, they did not oblige. They were just like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna like stick toe to toe with you, but we're still gonna be in a solid enough position where we're gonna come out on top in that situation. You took the risks, you paid for them, and now you're gonna lose.
One thing these are top players, don't get me wrong, and they have very good skill. Well, one thing is, if you're trying to combo like that, or if you're getting there's a reason there are EXs, right? Varlol, very, very good alchemist. But if you look at Chipscion, he'll use the EX clarity, and he'll use the instant injection. I might want to see Varlol try and do that a little bit more when he's being pressured, right? If he's not in a position to go with Blizz, and if he's not in a position to use their ultimates in conjunction with one another, use the EXs when you're being pressured. Give them a little bit more survivability. Also, the instant injection does some good damage. If Zetalot or Blizz is getting punished by Scriff or Wisteria, if you throw that instant injection before the conflagration, that's 50% reduced damage. And then the Igniter, he's, depending on where he conflags, you can punish him a little bit afterwards. So maybe something along those lines. I'd like to see a little bit more with that. Although, we are seeing some pretty good games. And yeah, you're right. It's just up to a couple little errors that just boil down to maybe a little bit of lack of positioning. You get caught by a lockdown because you didn't take that one step back, or you were mid-cast of a heal and you didn't cancel it. Those things really turn the tide of battle. But again, guys, sorry for that little interruption. Just something I wanted to mention. Use that 40 energy, the energize abilities, when you're in a tight spot.
Dude, absolutely. And it's something that we see Scriff fall victim to quite a bit. Team Dignitas, they love to combo those ultimates off, but sometimes they won't be able to. They won't have the opening, they won't be in position, and you just see them running around with 100 energy that's not getting used. And that is really when those EXs need to come out. As look at this, Scriff already sitting pretty at full, and this is not good for Team Blue, as the double conflag comes out from Wisteria, and he is going to get a lot of damage. Heroic charge goes out onto Varlol. He is sitting pretty with this barrier, but they're going to swap it up. Oh, the counter kill goes out onto Wisteria. The kill, my mistake, and this is not looking good. That was so close for Team Dignitas, but Bliss just too good about staying alive. Barely gets that Cabbage Patch up in time to save himself, and right now, all they have to do is keep the pulls up, keep the pressure up, and look at that. Malachor goes down. Scriff getting that rune once again, but really, Team Dignitas, that was theirs to win. We had the conflag followed by the heroic charge, and Barlow almost ate it. Look at Bliss so low as well. Just a lot of damage going out, and Bliss, Team Blue doing a great job of absorbing that and still, keeping the pressure up on Wisteria. He's obviously their target of choice in this round.
Well, Wisteria took like a huge amount of damage just right off the bat, forcing his R, his space, and then as soon as he came out of it, all the damage that went down to him almost gave him a complete meter, which kind of led him to using the conflag. Then he was slightly out of position and all that. But, if you guys are on the stream, we do apologize for that first game, not getting the stream in there. The FourCourtJester has reared his ugly head yet again. But you are watching the Bloodline Champions 3 versus 3 losers semifinals. Dignitas is up one map over Blue at this point, as Wisteria still taking a huge amount of damage from this team. Bliss and Zedalot coming over here, going to be coming down onto Wisteria yet again. Malachor had to space out, gets slept, but gets interrupted there by Bliss, but he pulls him back in, no problem, just like, somebody that pulls things. But Malachor with lockdown does have it ready. Scriff has his, Wisteria has his. I don't know if they're going to get a chance to combo it, but there goes the conflag from Wisteria. We do got the charge from Scriff. We did have Malachor die with 100% energy, and that is just embarrassing to say the least, because I always feel terrible when that happens to me. Wisteria is going to go down, and now Scriff is just going to give it up to Team Blue, as they're going to take the second round here. If they can take the third, that's going to force a third map here in the losers semifinal second match. But Scriff, the giant behemoth, going to be falling there. This Thorn is just ridiculous. Bliss could definitely do some amazing plays with his talents.
Dude, absolutely. Completely agree with you. And we saw higher level there. Zedalot, they forced to Wisteria to play ultra defensive, to try and keep on his toes, keep him on his back foot, not allow him to execute as much. And then boom, they see the opening on Malachor. We have the Dark Hunt come out from Zedalot. We have the Thorn Wall, and that was it. Malachor, that's all he wrote. As already, we have a lot of pressure going out on Wisteria, forcing that space. Triple barrel going out, but that is the opening. Varlol needs to get the deadly injection, and Wisteria is so low right now. Dark Hunt out from Zedalot as well, and this is so much damage going out onto the Worm Team Igniter. And at this point, Malachor as well, caught in the crossfire. We have the Thorn Wall going out onto Wisteria, but Wisteria got it. Oh, bit of a miscommunication there, as the Black Dagger goes ahead and gets Wisteria out of that tight spot. We could have had a kill, but it's just not going to amount to enough. We have Team Blue taking out Team Dignitas quite handily, dude, with 3-0 win on this second map. Complete turnaround from what we saw in the first one. And, we're going to a third map, dude. Can it get any better?
As I said, qualifying cup number 4 was exactly like this. Dignitas going up against, tunnel vision Zedalot, as he was just able to destroy Malachor, almost 100% first kill every round, and that's what got them that championship, as Dignitas had to take second. So now here we are in the losers semis, and it's almost exact same thing. We're up to that third map. We see huge tunneling coming out of Zedalot. That on the Dark Hunt ultimate of his is just, can afford him so much extra burst. Now, we have not really seen a good combo of the ultimates coming out here in that map for Dignitas. They had a lot of ultimates, but a lot of them went down singularly, and typically we do like to see, that locked onto the charge, because it's just that much extra damage. You don't have to worry about scriffing it up, and even throwing in that conflag, I just don't see a lot of cohesion with that in that last map. Here on Dubaku, the Fallen Fortress, they're going to have to try to redeem themselves if they want to move on.
Yeah, and that really comes down to Team Blue. Their execution is definitely going up, dude. These guys, they're stepping up their game. They're working better together. They're swapping targets. They're getting Wisteria low, and then they're like, okay, swap to Malachor. He probably burns some out to try and keep Wisteria up. Boom, put some damage into Malachor, and all of a sudden, Malachor and Wisteria are both so low that at that point, Blue gets to pick and choose who they want to mess up, who they want to die first. And they're playing God right now, dude. Like, we're gonna have to see, can Team Dignitas step it up here and try and keep, Wisteria and Malachor from taking quite as much damage. This may come down to, not having that rune shield as well, but already Wisteria getting caught out a little bit. He drops a nice volcano, gonna get a little bit of that damage out there, but he, he's already taken quite a bit, 60%, and Zeta just not letting up. There we go. EX Chains goes out onto Zeta. Gonna go ahead and get that silence out there. And we do see a bit more use of the EX abilities, but a great pull by Bliss. And Wisteria is once again forced to space away. In the meantime, Scriff doing a good job of just trying to keep everybody distracted and trying to support his teammate as much as possible. But Zeta has the Dark Hunt. We have the Flame Wall, and Malachor is sitting pretty right in the middle of it. This is not ideal at all. And in the meantime, while Bliss is keeping Malachor busy, keeping him healing himself, Wisteria goes down to pressure from Barlol and Zetalot. And what is this? Heroic charge from Scriff, gets the silence off, and this, oh no, Malachor goes down in the meantime. And right now, we got to see if Scriff has got a bit of that magic locked up and loaded right now, as Zetalot is within kill range. You know, he does have his enough energy for an EX heal, and there it is. Battle Shout comes out. He has the rage stacks going, but he misses his taunt, and that is it. Lisp and Zetalot take the first round once again for Team Blue. These guys stepping up the game.
A little bit of a complaining coming out of Scriff right there, but yeah,
Zero damage, yeah.
Zero damage right there from Barlol. But yeah, I mean, right now, Lisp and Zetalot, this is what they were doing to the combo of Malachor, Wisteria, and Scriff in that the last time they did face off. It's a big tunnel vision, but this time they've changed it up a little bit. Wisteria is no longer that easy to defend inhibitor. He is now going to be that igniter, and already taking so many M1s here from Bliss, getting a Q off as well. Right into Wisteria, down to half, has to have some big healing coming out of Malachor, but Scriff also taking big damage, trying to keep them on their toes. Another great pull, bringing Malachor and Wisteria into range, as Zetalot going to be throwing that, but the lockdowns go down. It is going to be only landing on Barlolo, but Bliss threw down his ultimate as well. Zetalot nearly toasted right there, down to 1 hit point. The conflict goes out. We do got some burning going on, as Wisteria is going to be pulled out of the goo that Barlolo had, so lovingly placed right into his care. Unfortunate for them, but it is still 3-3. Could be anyone's game, as Bliss not going to be happening for him, as wow, 2 quick successive kills here onto Blue. It does look like Scriff went tree chopping a little bit there, as Wisteria comes out on top of that one.
Dude, Zetalot, bad choice at the start there. Decided to go toe-to-toe with Scriff. You don't go toe-to-toe with the VG. VG's got the tools to ruin your day. He's got the taunt. He's got the rage stacks. He's got all of these abilities that are just going to mess you up in a 1v1 situation. Zetalot really not designed for that. He needs to be the guy who's going to be all sneaky and get in and take advantage of any kind of mistakes made. Malachor, Wisteria, those are prime targets for him. As his Black Dagger gets reflected there, and Zeta, he has the barrier, so he's going to be trying to get some counter pressure going here. As Wisteria, not too worried about it, has his Living Flame. He's getting heals from Malachor, and Malachor doing a good job of avoiding the pulls and keeping his solid position there, in position to support his teammates. My mistake, guys. Sorry about that. But looks like Team Blue, Team Dignitas might have the winning combination here, as Scriff is sitting on a full ultimate. He is getting in position, and boom, there it goes. Heroic charge on Barlol, maximum damage, 470, and that is 47. My mistake, but Wisteria there to clean it up. Barlol caught out with his pants down. Barrier was on Zetalot, and I'm sure they all thought, okay, Scriff has got ulti, he's gonna go for Zeta, get the barrier on him. Zeta was pretty low, but Scriff is like, nah, son, it's all right. I will get on the healer instead and kill him straight out. And look at this, Wisteria topping the damage, 584, son.
I mean, those Pyromancers, they can definitely do some good work with their fire. And of course, by that, I mean the Igniter. I gotta really get that straight in my head. But right now, I mean, this is Dignitas' game to win. They take this, they're gonna be moving on. We're gonna say goodnight to Blue, and the revenge will be complete. But at the same time, if we can have some of this, excellent play coming out from Blue this round. Look at Wisteria already dropping so very low. This is what they need to do if they want to keep into this game. But no, Barlolo standing right in the middle of the volcano. Even a little bit of a punt there from Scriff. We do have the ultimate there ready from Scriff. Nope, I'm going to be using it for some healing instead. Wisteria still having a lot of pressure from Zetalot. Does get the conflag off, but he's just going to get chased down. Zetalot, no problem. Barlolo getting locked down. No issue at all. With Scriff again. No, actually, that was his ultimate point blank. Not the best use of it, but at this point, they are down 2-1, and they're really trying to take this to the meadow. They do not want to run this right to the next match, but no, not quite enough there to kill down Barlolo. But Scriff, I mean, he's not giving it up easy. Zetalot is still kind of trying to go on him with Bliss here. We do get a kill onto Barlolo. Now it's going to be 2-on-2. Malachor takes the big damage, uses the mantra to try to stay alive a little bit, get these melee guys off him. He should have a space. There it is. He's going to get out of that. Bliss with the ultimate, however. The Q! No! It's going to bring them back in. Malachor taking damage. Scriff is down, and that means it's going to be 2-on-1 now. Bliss and Zetalot have to try to take on Malachor. Let's see if he's up to the task. But I think the Thorn's actually just going to run away as Zetalot keeps him busy. Can't even see into the corner there. I'm just going to swap over to Zeta. Nope, Zeta's now going to return. But a 2-on-1 situation, you just keep ping-ponging back and forth. And it's probably not you know, in the best interest of the one. I mean, Zedlot down already, 1 hit point, goes back, heals, Blitz is just going to keep him busy as he heals out. They're just going to keep swapping this back and forth. Doesn't matter if Malachor can heal at this point. Zedlot going to jump over here with a little bit of help from Bliss. The chrono did go down. Nothing really came out of it, spacing out. Malachor still trying to really take this, but we do got another roots ready for Bliss, and not going to hit that. Q is going to get his stuff reflected there with the right click, missing the mushroom. Zedlot landing some good damage. The Black Dagger going down. Malachor going to fear him off, try to get off those last shots. Zedlot not going to have any of it. The in cap, the mud walk misses. Now here comes the fog. You can see it in the background. Bliss going to get feared away. Malachor fighting for the game of his life, does not want this to go down the way it's going right now, but we do have still those full roots ready. Now we're going to throw them out. Malachor without that space, he's not going to get pulled, doesn't need it. Bliss and Zedlot finally able to end the map 2-2, and now the pressure is going to be mounting here, Semmler, as this is going to be the game to decide who moves on and who goes home.
I want to mention 2 things real quick if I butt in. That point blank ultimate from Scriff, he was actually trying to get Varler in the bottom corner, but Blizz and Zedlot body blocked for him. Also, Malachor could have had that. He just missed his Fairy Dust right after that one fear when it was 2v1 onto Zeta, and that could have been game changer. But anyways, continue, guys.
Oh. Right now, Wisteria, this is exactly what Blue wants to see. Wisteria taking a lot of damage. We have the Dark Hunt coming out from Zedlot, and this could be it. No, double conflag, triple conflag coming out from Wisteria. He's got an answer, and Living Flame is up, but Zeta is pretty close at this point. Zeta could go down right now. Scriff with the intercept. He needs to land that M1. Can he get it off onto Zeta right now? His barrier is out in the nick of time. Farlow doing a great job of trying to keep his teammate alive, but Fear in the nick of time, and oh my goodness, is this it? Can Scriff get it? No, but Wisteria cleans it up, and that is it, guys. Wisteria, Scriff, and Malachor cleaning house, just barely coming out on top in the end, and that is it. Beautiful play by Team Dignitas, and oh my god, was that close. Dude, each and every time they were barely escaping, just barely with a sliver of health. Barlaw doing all he could to try and keep the heals going and try and keep his teammates alive. Just wasn't enough. Scriff and Wisteria in the end cleaning it up, and just beautiful plays out of both teams. Just one of the best matches we watched today, and you know, dude, can only like get you even more hype for what's to come. Because I mean, dude, if we're seeing this in the semis, what are we going to see in the finals, and what are we going to see in the grand finals? This is going to be insane.